Hello everyone and welcome to the Animezilla, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Subbed versus Dubbed, a series in where we take a look at a specific character within the anime multiverse, and then we look at both the English and Japanese voice actors or actresses for that focused character, as we look at some examples of their performance, keeping the examples the same for both voice actors and actresses, while at the same time giving you my personal opinion and allowing you to express your opinion as well, because I do want to know who you prefer as that certain character after hearing these examples, or just your personal experiences yourself. Remember though, everyone has a difference in opinion, so just be respectful if someone does not match up with your own. But nevertheless, let me know. So for today's character focus, we're going to be looking at the character of Yuri Jahad from the Tower of God anime series. And the English voice actress in the Japanese version is Mariko Honda. Well then, the English dub voice actress is Kira Buckland. Two really good voice actresses that actually do the character of Yuri justice, in my opinion. Now, quick disclaimer, this video again is mostly opinion based, as we'll be looking at certain scenes giving examples of each VA's performances. Both VAs do a fantastic job in voicing their respective characters, so this is in no way, shape or form a video to discredit anybody. So with all that said and done, let's get into the video. Now first off, I want to start by looking at the other roles that the VAs have performed before they took on the role as Yuri Jahad, as this will give us a bit of an understanding as to what type of pitches, tones and performances they're able to give off based off of their previous experiences. For example, a character that could be playful and jokey in their personality, and that would be expressed by the voice that the voice actor or actress has presented, might not reflect in, say, the character of Yuri Jahad, because she's not that comical. She is more like serious and more stern, especially in the season 1 of the Tower of God series. So then we're looking at Kira Buckland's previous performances before doing this role as Yuri. They are as follows: Kurigumi, aka Black Lotus from the Excel World series, Edna from Tales of Zardia the Cross, Julius Alexia von Riesfeld from Astric Wars, and Maria Narse from Sister of Testament of Sicily Devil. Something like that. Anyway, the reason to why I picked these ones out of the many roles that she has appeared in is because this will give us some good examples of roles that would be similar in personality to Yuri, giving us a little bit of insight as to how this particular voice actress can tackle her role as Yuri Jahad, making it similar to some of her previous work, while at the same time giving it a bit of uniqueness, keeping Yuri different from characters beforehand. As well as giving us some examples of characters that just would not fit the personality, so we might not see any hints of those characters' performances. Like, say for example, Edna and Maria, they're both really sassy and jokey type of characters, so that comes across in their display of voicing and their tones and pitches in that respect. So at the same time, when looking at Yuri's character, she doesn't give off that vibe in season 1. She's a lot more serious and a lot more intimidating, so she wouldn't be like high-pitched or squeaky or anything like that. She would be more stern and serious in what she says. So, I mean, at the same time, looking at that list though, I would say in personality-wise, Julius Alexia von Riesfeld would be similar to Yuri in that aspect. I mean, both are princesses, which take that with a grain of salt, but at the same time, both are serious, both are stern, and both have that kind of backbone that makes them seem almost like a motherly figure to their sort of male protagonist of the series. Julius is very stern and strict and very easily to kind of put Ayato Amagiri down, especially in the early stages, before then changing to more of a softer and sweeter type of personality and character. And that does get translated in the voice from the beginning to what we have now currently in that series. And I think Yuri does reflect that a little bit, because at the beginning, when she first meets Balm, she is very serious, a little bit confused, angry, but at the same time, as the series goes on, as we know, past season 2 and so on and so forth, she does start to open up a bit more. She does become a little bit comedic, a little bit more goofy. So again, I think this could work if we look at, say, what similarities between both characters we could see in terms of voice work. So let's just stop rambling now and let's take a look at some examples, shall we?
Yeah.
That high-quality pocket's too good for you. You don't deserve it. You were an irregular right off the bat.
I'm not sure I know what an irregular...
They're outsiders who managed to enter the tower by opening the gates on their own.
Yeah.
Whatever, but you look kind of weak to be an irregular.
I don't...
Are you trying to say that you could care less if the white steel eel turns them into sushi for breakfast? I don't want to believe this, but... Are you seriously threatening me? I'll only say it one more time. Get out of here now, because otherwise, I'll kill you. Airball!
Huh?
Are you done?
Huh? What? Oh my.
Just know that I'm doing this in self-defense, okay?
So then, from the two sections of the anime series, we can see a difference in emotion that Yuri's character displays here. We see in the first scene that she is annoyed and she is a bit ticked off, and this does get expressed in the voicing and in the tone, because it's a bit more heavier, it's a bit more kind of sharper when she's talking. This I thought was really good. And then in that second scene at the end, she's showing levels of distress and she's showing disinterest in the events that are unfolding, and she's just looking like she's bored. And this does come across not too strongly, but there is a hint of that boredom in the voice as well. So it does pair nicely with all the visuals and all the body language and the character in general, and the music as well, which helps convey that to an extent. As English voice actors go on the Tower of God series, from what I've heard so far, Kira Buckland does an amazing job and is one of the better voices of the webtoon series Tower of God anime adaptation in the English format. Some of them in the English, let's just move on, shall we? Let's talk about the Japanese voice actress. So Mariko Honda. Same as before, we're going to take a look at her previous roles and then we'll look at an example using the same events and see what comparisons we can see between the two as we finish off the video. So her previous roles are not that many, if I'm honest with you. And I'll get to why this is a good thing just after I get to these two examples. We have Lila Lilith from Is This a Zombie of the Dead? And we have Katsumi from Steins Gate Zero. So like I said, this Japanese voice actress hasn't taken on many roles prior to taking on Yuri Jahad throughout the anime world as of yet. This being a factor, that is not a bad thing, as it gives us more of a chance to have a unique flavour and a unique performance from the voice of Yuri. Because this voice actress can now experiment with the different ranges and pitches she's able to go with, and make it so that we don't hear a repeat of a previous role she's been in. Many times before, when watching a movie, an anime, or anything, any type of media, whenever I've watched something or heard it and gone, where have I heard that voice before? Or where have I seen that person before? It takes me out of my enjoyment. So when I hear a similar tone, pitch, or the exact same copy and paste of a previous role in, say, I'll give you an example. When it comes to English dub anime, this is a lot more prevalent. And I don't want to rant on the English dubs too much because I do like some English dub anime. But at the same time, one of my favourite voice actresses of all time in the English dub industry would be Brittany Kabatsky. I love her acting as Wendy Marvel, and I love the voice acting for Makoto Mitsuka, Last Order, and the sisters in Index. But at the same time, they are very, very similar. And you can definitely tell that when you're watching it side by side. It's not a copy and paste directly, but it's a lot of elements from one character being blended into another, which is a slight tweak, but it's not enough of a tweak that it makes you go, oh, that's the voice for Wendy. And it's good, that you can recognize it, but at the same time, you want to have characters from every single anime to be different. You want to have everyone have their own uniqueness and distinguishedness to kind of go, I've never heard that before, but that sounds awesome. I love it. Give me more. So the fact that she hasn't done many roles, I think is excellent for Mariko Honda's performance. So again, let's look at an example. Let's take a look, and then we'll get into my final verdict, and we'll close out.
あんたのレベルには似合わない高級ポケットよ。
ポケット。
やっぱりあんた非選別者ね。
非選別者。
あんたみたいに自分で扉を開けて入ってきたよそ者のこと。っていうか非選別者のくせに弱そうね。じゃああんたはこのままこいつが白い蝶うなぎに丸飲みにされればいいってんな。あんたまさかと思うけど私を脅してる？もう一度しか言わない。さっさと失せな。じゃないと殺すよ。オケラマ。終わった？
あれ？あれで？あれで？
じゃあこれからは正当防衛ね。
So after hearing that version of the events, you can again hear the emotion of annoyance and a hint of confusion. That hint of confusion at the beginning stages when she first encounters Bam, I really do like. Because she is genuinely confused as to how Bam can be an irregular with the amount of nothingness that he's really displaying. So she's a bit confused in that front, and I like the fact that the tone kind of goes along with that. Mixes with the pitch, mixes with the music and the facial expressions and body language to help convey very clearly to us as the audience that she is angry, annoyed, and a bit confused. Now when looking at this second clip, we do get that feeling of disinterest. That is very prevalent in this, as we have a shift in the tone, making us as the viewer aware that yes, she really does not care about the events going on, because this guy that she's facing is beneath her, and she knows that. She's not really worried, she just wants to get the 13 March weapons back, or 13-month weapons back, and she just wants to kind of make sure her sisters don't get hurt badly. So yeah, she's just being an absolute boss here, and again, it comes across in the tone and the pitching, as well as the fact is, it does work perfectly with that music. It's not too overpowering or too loud, and it works for Yuri's character superbly. Personally speaking, I do prefer the Japanese version of Yuri Jahad's character in terms of the voice acting, as it does offer a bit more depth in emotion, giving us a bit more realism and making us feel like, yes, this character deserves to be linked with Yuri Jahad, and it fits her character perfectly. I might be a tiny bit biased as well because I have seen the Japanese version first, but I try not to let that cloud my judgment too much in terms of my overall opinions and reality. Because again, I started watching Index in subbed in Japanese, but now I absolutely love the dub on that because I feel like they do a slightly better job in terms of all of that likeness. Again, a difference in opinion, we all have it. But at the same time, honestly, Kira Buckland does a great job voicing Yuri, so no discredit to her. Generally very good, easy to listen to as well, which is great and doesn't sound familiar to other roles that she's performed in. That does have that uniqueness. I just find that the Japanese version just outpits her a little bit more. But that's all I had to say for this video. I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts. Who do you prefer? Is it the Japanese version or is it the English version? Both are good in my opinion, but the Japanese just pits the post that much more. Makes me enjoy it. Keeps me entertained, keeps me immersed, and keeps me guessing. Keep the brain ticking. Other than that though, comment your thoughts down below, hit that like button if you enjoyed, and of course subscribe for more Tower of God content coming soon. My reviews are going to start up again next week. I haven't actually got the all clear for that, but you know what, it's been a while. The strike goes off in March, and we're just going to roll with it. Hopefully, I have followed all of the instructions I've been given to avoid any problems in the future. So, there's not going to be any issues on that front as long as I followed those guidelines. And I have 100%. I've even asked people to check it to make sure. And yeah, so that's all good. So hopefully next week you'll be seeing that. that might be coming every other week with like a video like this coming and a bit different, like an analysis video for certain things. So if you're excited, get excited, or I don't know. Let's go. I can't end this video. I'm babbling. Anyway, have a great day. Speak to you soon. Alligator, matane. Goodbye.